waited 100 years, but I'd wait 1,000,000 more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, I would have known what I was living for all along, what I've been living for. Your love is my turning page, where only the sweetest words remain. Every kiss is a cursive line, every touch is a redefining phrase.
Savannah, I knew I was going to marry you when I stopped having dreams without you in them. Consciously and unconsciously, I know I found my partner, my other half, my running mate. You pushed me to be a better man, to love harder and aim higher, and I want nothing more than to fill your heart's desires. I have been looking for you my entire life, and now that we stand here, pronouncing our love to one another, I know I am home. I know through hardships and prosperity, I'll be smiling with you by my side. I know when the sun comes up and our feet hit the ground, it will be a good day. Savannah, I promise to care for you every day, in good times and bad. I promise to always be tender and kind and cherish you constantly. I promise every day my goal will be to make you happier than yesterday. For the rest of my days, I will strive to be a better man for you. I will unconditionally love you and always treat you with the highest respect. Savannah, I do not want to live life without you. I don't think I could bear it. I love you so much, and I cannot believe today's the first day of our lives together. I love you.
I want to kiss you, but I'm not allowed to do that.
Not yet. Don't kiss yet. All right, Savannah, it's your turn.
Oh, let's see if I can get through this. Might have a little longer. Kendall, when we first met, we were in different stages of life. I was about to graduate, and you still had another year of college left. Even though life was about to get hectic for me post-graduation, I knew from the moment I met you that this was something I had to hold on to. You didn't make it easy for me at first, but look at us now. Over the past few years, we've seen many highs and many lows, multiple houses, jobs, and even a big move recently to Dallas. Being with you these past few years has been the joy of my life. I never thought I would find someone who complimented me so well. It's crazy to think that this is only the start. I look forward to continuing to grow together spiritually and to starting a family of our own one day soon. You're the best dog and cat dad to our four-legged babies, and I can't wait to see you become an even more incredible father to our kids one day. I stand here today knowing that I found my partner, my best friend, and my lifelong domino partner and beer pong partner. I promise to love you, respect you, and support you through every season of our lives together. I vow to laugh with you in moments of joy and comfort you in times of sorrow. I will listen to you, learn from you, and grow with you. You are my heart's truest desire, the one I have always dreamed of finding. I promise to love you deeply, passionately, and without reservation. I will share in your joys, your hopes, and your fears, and I vow to create a life full of love, laughter, and unforgettable moments. I will hold your hand through every moment together, and we will build a love story more beautiful than either of us could have imagined. I promise to always be your fishing buddy, to sit and freeze next to you in a deer stand, and never pass up the opportunity to take another adventure. But above all, I vow to love you, cherish you, and to never take your kind heart for granted. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Kendall, I give you my heart, my trust, and my love today and every day for the rest of my life. I love you most in infinity.
Well, I knew we'd tell it well with a whisper. We will tame the vicious things like a feather, bringing kingdoms to their knees. It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard. Trash, got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of Patrol, and it's on.
In case you didn't know, I'm Savannah's dad. The resemblance is, that's what I look like as a young woman. It's true. We've got video evidence of it. You would think that writing a speech would be something easy to do for, no, I can't look at you. For your daughter on her wedding day, I'm ecstatic, that we're here today, but it's incredibly difficult to try and put 25 years into 3, 4, 5 minutes, however long this takes. We'll see. Don't look at me, Jack. See, you need to look at Kat. I tend to run hot, in case you don't know. A little emotional on the emotional side, but nonetheless, I thought this was going to be hard, and then I plugged it into ChatGPT, and I got a great speech out of Chat, but it just didn't sound like me at all. I mean, I was like, well, maybe I could modify it, and no, it didn't work. So I just thought I would just talk up a couple of note cards and see what I could do here. So whenever I started writing this for inspiration, I went to a bunch of old photos that I've not seen in, oh gosh, probably 15 years. Thanks for the chat, or wherever, Snapchat, or wherever you got that off of, but one of those sites. And so I started ugly crying, which you're going to see in a few minutes. to try and inspire me for this speech. So I'm just going to start from the beginning with Savannah. So, oh Lord. So we found out that we were pregnant, with Savannah. She, I was mortified, especially of having a child, having a girl. I was horrible with children, hated them, honestly. Terrible little creatures. And then we had Savannah, and she was so freaking easy, you have no idea. From the birth plan to going into the induction to, ooh, we have a contraction, woo, great. Unlike her brother, which we'll get to in a minute. She was just incredibly easy. She came home, she's sleeping through the night immediately. Just the easiest child that you want to deal with. And oh, here we go. I had really never, baby, I'd never loved anything like you, ever, including you. Close second. Just kidding, Jack. But as your firstborn and as your daughter, it just, I changed completely, immediately, as soon as she was born. She brought out a side of me that I didn't even know existed. All of a sudden, I'm playing with kids in church, in the nursery, and changing diapers and things that I never in a million years would have thought I would have done. So, 2 or 3 years later, when it's, we get pregnant again, and, we have Jack, and everyone's asking me. So they're like, do you want your boy, right? And I'm like, man, she's been awesome. I'll take another girl. Because you were just that easy. And then we had Jack. And for those of y'all that don't know Jack, that was a horrible experience. Our OB broke water in triage. He went in, I'm knocking over trays, which was not part of the birth plan. And he popped out, took one breath, had a spontaneous pneumothorax, and went straight into the NICU, and he's been raising hell ever since. But I digress. That's my son, unlike my daughter. So, growing up, Savannah, she tried everything. We did everything. And I coached soccer. All those little girls dressed me up like a woman when you went undefeated. She did cheerleading for Upward Cheerleading. She played volleyball, which that was interesting. Not quite as interesting as basketball. You weren't exactly, what's her name, Caitlin Clark. But it was so fun. And I've been here and I've looked around, I've seen all these kids that I've just grown up with, over the years, and it's just crazy for me. So then at 12, Savannah decided she's going to start her modeling career with John Casablancas. This was fantastic, I'll tell you. But it did pay off in a couple of ways. When we get to Longhorns, shoot, it won us, I don't know how many dollars at speeches, but the perfect thing was, so my wife and I, we were driving like a bat out of hell to get her to John Casablancas, and I get pulled over on 161. Cop comes up, tick, tick, tick. The waterworks start with this one, and she's just like, I'm gonna make it in time. All this bunch of nonsense. Cop lets us off and then immediately shuts off. So the acting gig, I guess, worked out okay, baby. So she did that, and there's some wonderful photographs that go along with that, by the way, too, that she's extremely proud of, and I wish they were around the room, but they're not. So her freshman year, she comes home, and Savannah had done band and color guard and everything up to that. She comes home and goes, Dad, guess what? I can show a pig. And I'm like, honestly, I don't know what you can show up. I didn't even know what that was, and come to find out it was FFA. And we went to the meeting, and I'm like, baby, this is 365, 7 days a week, morning, night. I'm like, if you don't take care of that pig, we're butchering it and I'm going to have pork. But that pig turned into, when she graduated high school, I think he was showing 14 Longhorns at the time, at the last show we went to. And it introduced her to, oh my God, all you and you, Carissa from soccer. I mean, all these Longhorn girls that are everywhere. Hannah Murphy in the back there. And just some incredible, incredible people that, some of just the most beautiful people that I could ever imagine. You know, on top of Longhorn, she did fishing. We already talked about soccer. And all of this, I could tell stories forever, but it just molded and created, oh, here we go. Woo, the most beautiful and smart, caring and beautiful young woman that you will ever meet. Get on from that. And then there's this one, there's Kendall. Kendall, you need to know that there's not ever going to be a man that's good enough for my daughter. But you're about as freaking close as it gets, dude. I think it's because you remind me a lot of me when I was 25. But Kendall's love of everything outdoors, fishing, hunting, hiking. You've all seen him do the random tree climb. Just his youthful exuberance and never grow old mentality has called me to, I affectionately call him Peter Pan. Maybe Huck Finn, and that's a compliment, and I don't give a lot of those out, by the way. And it's not just Kendall, it's his family. It's not just, Clint and Rebecca. You saw the dance. Have you ever seen that? I've never seen that. I just want to thank y'all for taking my daughter in and for being some of the most incredible people I've ever met. Oh, this is going horribly wrong. I've got one, thank you. So I don't want to waste any more of your time, but at this point, when I looked at all the chat GPT and all that, I think I'm supposed to give like some wisdom or fatherly advice or something, but I got to tell you, I'm fresh out. I don't have it. All I can tell you for me is just don't follow my example. You two are better, both of you, and I expect more from you. And I love you both, and you don't know how hard this is. So with that said, I'm just going to ask everybody if y'all want to raise a glass, if you've got one, and toast them. Because these are two of the most incredible people I swear you'll ever meet. So I'll just say, may your lives be blessed with health, wealth, happiness, and adventure. And take seriously the vows that you guys said before God and all these people in here, because it means something. And a lot of people don't believe that in this world, but it means something. Kendall, she's yours. I just ask you to please take care of my baby. Now go make me some grandkids.
Hey, the mic drop over there.
All right, give it up for Eric. That was awesome. Holy cow, that's going to be a hard act to follow. So, as I was thinking about what I wanted to say, right away what came to mind was firsts. Kendall, when you came into this world, you were our firstborn child, and you gave us the opportunity for the very first time to become parents. And after that, it's just a string of firsts with you. I know it's the first time I went to work for weeks on end with bags under my eyes from lack of sleep when you were first born. But all kidding aside, first time you sat up, your first words, first steps, all those amazing firsts we've experienced on this journey raising you. And it was like, it goes on and on. Like the first time we ever taught a child to drive a car, Lord help us. I still think there's some moms and children in that playground that are traumatized. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and it goes on and on. The youth sports and the graduations and everything along the way. And now today, you've brought another first into our lives. And Kendall, our lives are so blessed because you're in it. We've loved this journey of firsts with you all along the way. And now, we get to welcome our first daughter-in-law. Savannah, we love you. You've been a part of our family and our hearts already for years. And it's amazing to see what happened today, the beauty of this ceremony and everything that happened here, and the emotions and the love that surrounds y'all. It's amazing. And what we pray for y'all is that as you embark on your journey as husband and wife, and all the firsts that you're going to be experiencing now, is that you keep Jesus first in your relationship and hold on to Him. Hold on to each other through thick and thin. It's not always going to be easy, but it's always worth it. And if you always put each other's needs first over your own and keep Jesus in the middle, everything else will work itself out. And so I don't have anything profound to really say, but I'm so happy for y'all being in our lives and the love that you share with each other. It's so genuine. And it's so real, and it's the real deal. We know that. We see that in everybody here. And so speaking of that circle dance that we did, that's a representation of the family that's around you, that surrounds you. So I want you to look around you here in this room. This is your support system. These are your people. And so I'm going to do something here. I need everybody's help. Okay, I'm going to try something here. If I say something that describes your relationship with the bride or groom, I want you to clap, cheer, yell, whistle, make some noise, okay? We'll start out with the family of the bride. Who's here? All right, so the family of the groom. It's not a competition, but So, childhood friends of the bride or groom. Anybody here? College friends. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, family friends. A friend who flew from overseas to be here. Where are you, Hugo? There you are.
Hugo.
Everyone, please help me in joining the bride and groom and congratulating them on their start of their new journey. We love you very much. We're so happy for you. We will be here through thick and thin. Never forget your support system. Everybody's here for you. Come on, give it up.
Okay, so I've written speeches before. My girlfriend Kelly, who's here, I was her bridesmaid, and my girlfriend Jen, I wrote her vow renewals. But you know what? This one was really, really hard. I struggled with this one. I really struggled with this speech because how do I write a speech for the one who first made me a mom? The first little baby that was growing in my belly, my little quarter pint. So she was so small, she wasn't a half pint. People call their kids a half pint. She wasn't a half pint, she was a quarter pint because she was so small. She's my daughter, she's my best friend. Savvy, we loved you since you were a little tiny spot on the sonogram. From your parents to your grandparents to your aunts and uncles and great aunts and uncles and everybody, we all loved you since you were a little tiny spot on the sonogram. And one time I had a dream about you. I think I've told you this before. I had one dream that was very specific about you when you were in my belly. And you were about 6 months old in this dream, and you were, out, and you were in a cute little outfit, and you still had the tags on. And I don't know why you had the tags on. Probably because I sometimes wear things that still have the tags on. Do I have a tag on today? I don't know. I still wear things, and I'm like, oh, they're like, take your tag off. I'm just like, sorry. So I'm not sure why you were in the cute little outfit with the tags on, and you and I were smiling and laughing at each other, and I felt in that dream that I glanced into the future. I knew that we would be so close one day, and we would be more than just mom and daughter. In that dream, it was only one dream. So it's really a special and rewarding time whenever you get to the point where you're more like friends with your kids. I mean, of course, you're always going to be their parent too, but whenever they call you because they want to call you, not because they need anything, like money or something, but they just call you to chat. It's like a hug over the phone. Jack does that sometimes. My son's 22. Sometimes he just calls me because he hasn't talked to me in a while, and he just calls me because, and it just makes my day, and I stop whatever I'm doing just to talk to my son. I love it. So when your kids call you just because, it's just so amazing. When they call you because they want to, it's just wonderful. It makes my day every time. Savvy, you and I have a blast doing anything and nothing. When we couch it, when we do nothing at all, it's the best day ever. I told you during that 19-hour trip to Vegas, we went to Vegas this year and we literally spent 19 hours in Vegas. And we didn't even gamble. We went in, we went out. It was 19 hours. It was crazy. And I told you during that 19-hour trip to Vegas, I was like, girl, you are always you're the best, worst decisions always involve you. Like my best, worst decisions always involve you. I messed that up. I just said it right. My best, worst decisions always involve you. We even made the COVID shutdown a damn good time, along with Maddie, Kenny G, Brittany, Jack, my quarantine. Like we literally made COVID a damn good time. It was awful, but we made it fun. And as a child, because these speeches are supposed to involve how were they as a child? So as a child, just so y'all know, she was always very self-sufficient and independent, as you kind of heard from her dad. She was smart, she had spunk. One of the things she would say, might do it, mommy, might do it. That means let me do it. Might do it. In fact, when she was in daycare, she spoke so clearly at 2 years old that her teachers didn't want her to move up to the next class because she was the most intelligent and interesting kid in class. She would come back on Monday morning and tell them all about her weekend with her grandma, with Grandmater, and all the adventures that she had, and they didn't want her to move up to the next class because she was literally the only one that would talk in real sentences. It was amazing. So they didn't want her to move up. She was just so damn smart. So then when she got potty trained, which happened literally in one weekend, follow me for more potty training advice. When she got potty trained, I said, well, next up she's driving and then she gone. And boy, was I right. Savvy, I love your giving and loving spirit. I love your hard work ethic. You're such a hard worker. No matter what you do, whether it's cows, whether it's your job, whether it's creature comfort, whatever you do, you have such a great hard work ethic. Your humor, your loyalty to the people that you love, and so much more. You're the kind of person that would do anything that you can to help the people that you care for. And you know you've been there for people that you care for. And Kendall, I see these same qualities in you. The same things I see in her, I see in you, and so much more. So when we first met Kendall, the day Savannah graduated from Texas A&M, 21, and then Kendall graduated a year later in 22. Yes, I did that on purpose. I was like, what? You want us to meet a guy that you're dating? Like, I mean, I've been to College Station a few times, like while she was in college, like each semester. I'd been there many times. I had never met somebody she was dating. I was like, what? You want us to meet this guy, like, at your graduation? What? And so I walk in at 10 o'clock in the morning with like all this like Prosecco, and I'm like, hey, I'm the mom. Hi, Kendall. Hi. I literally walk in with all this like Prosecco. I'm like, I'm the mom. But since then, I have been lucky enough to spend lots of time with Kendall and to get to know him. We vacationed for a week in Sedona, and we also vacationed for a week in Alaska when we went on an Alaskan cruise with my mom. And I really got to see them interact over these vacations, right? Like, you really get to see, like, how do they treat each other? How do they talk to each other? Like, how do they interact? Like, you know, you can put on a good and pretty face for like a day or two, but when you're on a week-long vacation, like, how do they treat each other? And I want to tell you that I was watching. I was watching during those vacations. I was absolutely watching, and I absolutely love the connection that you two have and the respect that you have for each other, and what I saw whenever we were on those vacations and other times. And as you have already experienced, some days it's going to be harder than others to keep that respect and that love going, like your dad kind of mentioned, right? It's not always easy. Marriage is not easy. There's no quick fix. There's no quick solution. There's going to be problems. So my friend Jen, who's over here with her husband Wade, they've been married for 30 years. She told me this funny meme the other day that her husband of 30 years sent her. And it said, divorce is not for us. If you're tired of me, go take a nap. And I love that. That's so great. Divorce is not for us. Also, as I was trying to plan this speech and I heard the song Flawless by Mercy Me, part of that song says, no matter the hurt or how deep the wound is, no matter the pain, still the truth is the cross has made you flawless. And I'm not trying to turn this into a sermon, but we need to extend that same grace to our spouse and forgive like Jesus forgives us. We need to extend grace for each other's mistakes. Don't hang on to past hurts. Let that shiz go. And women, we are the worst at hanging on to it. Let it go. If God can forgive us and extend grace, we can do that to our spouse, right? So keep God at the center of your lives, just like your dad said, and at your relationship. I mean, life can be hard and it can be full of challenges. So in closing, yes, I'm finally almost done. In closing, my Aunt Janie used to say that her life didn't begin until I was born. She always would say that. That's like her quote. And since the day I found out that you were in my belly, I know what she means. Now, I did have a life before you. I had 26 years. But wow, my life is so much more being your mom and Jack's mom. And everyone's meow. They call me meow. Now, you two are starting your married life together, and I'm so happy to watch your love grow together. Everyone raise your glass, please. To Mr. and Mrs. Heath.
I am Price. I'm Kendall's best man. Whoop. Kendall and I have known each other for many, many years. I think we maybe met in second grade. So it's been, there you go. It's been a while, and I'm sure everyone in this room has met Kendall, gotten to know him. And with that being said, I'm sure he's said some sort of story about fishing. He's extremely passionate about fishing.
Now, I've been there for a lot of Kendall's fishing stories, but a lot of them I have not been. So who knows if they're real, who knows if they're not. I like to believe they are, but sometimes.
I've been there for every one of my top 10 biggest fish catches.
I have been there for every one of his top 10 big fishes. But, Kendall, you're an amazing person. I've known you forever. You've always been there for me, and I know going forward you'll always be there for me. Savannah, you too. The first time I met you, I remember that. We were at Kendall's, I think it was Kendall's house in College Station, and we had never met before, but I got there. You're super welcoming, super nice. The second I met you, I knew if you weren't the one for Kendall, he had no chance. He had no chance. But truly, y'all are so great together. I can't imagine a better couple, and I've been so honored to see y'all grow as a couple, and I hope to see y'all grow in the future. I'm just so happy y'all are together. Cheers to you.
Welcome to my comedy hour. I have boo-hooed since yesterday, so just in case. But I'm going to stick to my script. So, good evening, friends and family. My name is Maddie Castillo, and I have the honor of being Savannah's matron of honor. But if you don't know me, I'm not quite sure how you got the invite. A good piece of trivia about Savannah and I is that in high school, we were both avid public speakers through FFA, and with the help of our speech coach FFA teacher, sitting in the back, Savannah and I gave numerous speeches about anything from leadership to soil and watersheds to ag policy and farm bills. Despite all the research and time those speeches required, I can confidently say that writing this one has been significantly more difficult. This is not for a lack of things to say. The good Lord knows I could hold us here all night telling stories, but rather how to condense over a decade's worth of friendship into something as short as this speech. I'm still not sure how to do that, but you are about to witness my best efforts. To give you a visual of Savannah and I's friendship, I'm going to throw it back to our days as office aides in high school. I don't know who thought making us office aides was a good idea, but we were pretty much the antithesis of the word aide. One time, when asked to deliver a pass, Savannah and I decided we would play rock, paper, scissors to see who would take it. So we played and tied and played again and tied again and again and again and again. So in that moment, going forward, we decided every little thing we did was a two-man job. I wish I could tell you that Savannah and I are two peas in the same pod, but we are really two halves of the same pea. Growing up, I always wanted a sister. So much so that I used to dress my one and only brother, Brady, up as a princess and parade him around the house. Princess Brady. Today, as a mostly grown up, I will tell you that I do have a sister. I have Savannah. I don't remember the first time I met her or the moment I knew that we were best friends. But isn't it just so pretty to think that all along there was some invisible string tying you to me? Pause. I know it in my bones that we were destined to be best friends. When I pictured having a sister as a kid, it was always someone you shared makeup with, a built-in shopping buddy, and most importantly, someone to do life with. Savannah, not only did you live up to my childhood expectations of sisterhood, but you far surpassed them. You were both the person I run to when life gets hard, and the person who will run away from life with me, no questions asked. There are never troubles so great that an all-star breakfast from Waffle House, queso from Chuy's, or ice cream rolls with you sitting across from me cannot cure. Our relationship has endured high school, where we lived 5 minutes from each other, and college, where we lived 500 miles from each other. Halter breaking 15 calves in 3 weeks, being co-parents to a longhorn that we bought on a whim, us finding the second most important person in each other's lives, Kendall, because we are each other's first, new life, and unfortunately loss. Through it all, you have been the constant. And if that is not a sister, I don't know what is. While you have been a sister to me, you have also been a best friend, work wife, other half, college bestie, travel buddy, childhood friend, and much, much more to all of us who have the honor of standing next to you today. A sister is someone that you find at home. And Savannah, you are exactly the kind of person who feels like home, no matter the time or distance. Okay, on to the easy part. Kendall boy. I remember the day you walked into my life very well. I showed up to Savannah's house the morning of her college graduation, and surprise, there you were. I knew that Savannah's omission of your presence meant that this was something special. And even in the surprise of the moment, I noticed how you were going out of your way to help her get ready, how you met and got along with her friends and family like you were the missing piece of it, and how you looked at her with such adoration. You are the match to Savannah's kindness, humor, and passion. And best of all, I don't feel like I have to give you the whole "if you hurt her, I'll hunt you down" spiel, because I already gave it to you 3 years ago. Giving Savannah away to someone else always seemed like it would be a scary thing. But in this moment, I am proud of you and excited for you. Kendall, may you have as much fun growing old with her as we did growing up with her. I have only been married for 3 years and consider myself an expert at nothing. So instead of giving you a speech, which I'm sure Eric Anderson will be very thankful for, giving advice or, expertise, whatever, I am going to read you this poem instead. They say that sometimes love starts with a spark, and that might be true. But if I were to wish you a love, I wouldn't wish fire for you. You see, fire is powerful. It burns bright and it's gone. It's beautiful and warm, but it doesn't last long. So instead of wishing you a love that burns, I wish you a love like a river that twists and turns. It changes and flows. It is powerful and free, but it consistently finds its way back to the sea. And so like the water, I hope your love is ever growing and ever changing. I hope your love is powerful and free. And may you always find each other like the river finds the sea. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a toast to the easiest people to celebrate, Savannah and Kendall. Here is to a lifetime of happiness and finding each other like the river finds the sea. Ka-chow forever, Savannah. Cheers.
I think I wanna marry you. Oh, I'll go get a ring, let the something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I want